What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I'm out at garage sales looking for things I can flip on eBay, make some money. Here I see this Harley Davidson rolling cooler bag, and it's $5. I figure there's some money to be made in that, so decided to pick it up. It's in a good condition, and ended up finding a bunch of nice items today. If you do not like the garage sale footage of me shopping, you can always jump to the haul where I'll show you everything I found and how much I expect to make on it. Here's a box of free plush I'm looking in, and I see a Peppa the Pig plush. It might be worth something, but you know what? I don't really think it's worth my time, so just leave that for free for some kid to pick up, right? But I take the Harley Davidson bag. Here's a sale. I see a sealed game under these other games. The color there, red, was 50 cents. So at 50 cents, I picked that up, but you know, it's really not worth selling. To be honest, it's just hard not to pick up a sealed game for 50 cents. Yeah, a lot of times the games that don't sell well, I'll throw on eBay like 4 or 5 at a time. Over here, I see something that gets me excited. It is a Magnolite Dutch oven, but the price is $50 on that, so it's a bit high. I end up passing on that. There's a little bit of money there, I think, at $50, but just didn't want to sell it. If it was a larger one for 50, I could sell it for like 180, maybe $200. So that one was one of the smaller ones. Ended up passing on it. Here at this sale, I see some tech deck stuff, and I decided to pick that up. $3, a decent amount of boards. So we'll take those. Should be able to make, at least $20. I still haven't went through and looked at all the boards to see if there's any rare ones or good ones. Sometimes the boards alone will sell for $20, $30. Over here, I see one of these Crosley. They're record player, CD player, tape player. They made to look old. This one is in really good condition, and it is priced $10. Usually when I see these, they're priced like $50, sometimes $100 at garage sales. So at $10, I decided to buy it. I don't really want to buy it, but there is some money to be made there. Just they're big and bulky, more annoying to ship, right? But still, she said it worked fine. Digging through the hats. If you're familiar with the channel, I love to look for vintage hats, especially some of the old sports ones that can be worth hundreds of dollars. Sold a hat this past year. I think it was close to $400. So definitely money in hats. A lot of times you can pick them up for $1 or less. These are all just some sort of like local company or something. They're all the same hat pretty much, just different colors. So I do pass on those. Looking around to see what else I can find. Here's a backpack of something. I'm not sure what that's from. I maybe should have bought that. I don't remember much about it, but I've sold backpacks like that before for decent money. Here's one of these newer Polaroid cameras in Instax or whatever they are, Instastacks. It's $2. I decided to pick it up for that price. Again, that's something I usually see for like $10, $15. I'm not going to mess with it at that price. Here's another record player. It's just some cheap, newer one that come from Walmart or something. I don't even know if it had a actual brand name on it. I don't want to buy that. Just not worth selling. I see some boots down here, and they were priced high. Decent boots, I think, if I remember right. I think there's some Harley there as well, but I wanted too much for them. At this sale, TI 84 Plus Silver Edition, I think it is. A decent one, a little bit of battery corrosion, but I sold that fairly quickly, as I do with most calculators, so worth picking up at, what was it? I think it was $10. Here at this sale, we are just looking around. Looks like a pallet sale or something, some just like random electronics and speakers, Bluetooth speakers, stuff like that, but here I see a PlayStation VR, and it's $35 for the set. And at that price, I pick it up because they sell for $100, $120. I'm not going to leave that there. It's not the VR2, which is the newer one, which sells for more, but still pretty good price on it. It's supposed to work. I always ask just to kind of get a vibe, and it's like, yeah, it works. You see how confident they are when they say it. If they're not confident, I'll ask for a lower price. usually how I do it. So here's it's an oil lamp. It's got the red base. It's a hurricane kind of style. $7.50. I decided to pick it up. It is a pretty decent lamp after I got home and researched it. So usually I don't like to sell stuff like this on eBay because it breaks. But still, when you get it at a good price. But look down here. Here is another one of these Wagnoware Dutch ovens. And this one is $4. So that's something I'm definitely going to pick up at $4, right? A lot better than $50. I've already flipped that. I believe I flipped it for $110. I don't remember exactly. So nice pickup there. Take the lamp and that. Here's a sale. Just been looking around. Some bats over there that weren't worth picking up. Here's a everything 50-cent tote. And I see an American Girl doll. For 50 cents. Looks like the hair's cut, but yeah, I'll pick that up for 50 cents. Should be able to make some money on it. But don't see anything else in that tote. And got some golf balls over there. Just at a rummage sale and picked up some money golf balls. Very, very nice pickup there this morning. Anyway, this sale, bats, ball stuff, the bats were just priced too high, like $30, $40, but there was some underneath in a bag. I ended up finding a good glove I got for $5. Here's some of these mini helmets for $3. It ended up being good. Also got a couple PlayStation 3 games for $1 here. And up there on the top shelf, there was actually a Nintendo Mini I ended up getting. So not bad at all. Here's a little church basement sale I stopped at. And I come over here and I start seeing these shoes. And they're all San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. Well, most of them are. A lot of them are still in the box. A lot of them are in like new condition, very good condition. There were some in kind of bad condition I ended up passing on, but $2 a piece. I ended up buying quite a few of them, and this was a pretty good sale. I even found some vintage TV trays for $2 a set of 4, and they were $200 TV trays. I could have sold those for. I ended up paying for all the shoes, and I told her I'd come back and grab that after I put these in my car. Completely forgot. Just got in the car and left. Didn't even think about those TV trays until I got home. So that's unfortunate. I could have went back, but it was like an hour drive. I just said, well, they're probably not there anymore, right? So it is what it is. First time I ever remember doing that. But anyway, here, still at the sale, I come back here and I see some decent items. I see a crate. What is it? Forgetting, what is it? There it is. Cranium Caribou game, which, I've talked about those on the channel. There's also an Atari game there. I have like 4 or 5 of those. They're not worth a whole lot. And that one was missing something, so just ended up leaving that. But ended up finding great things today. Let me show you. Check it out. I hit some garage sales and found some really good deals. Let's just start back here with these San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. Went to a church basement sale and they had a bunch of these shoes and they're in amazing condition. Some of these pairs, I believe they're actually new, and the others are in like new condition. They all got the box, paperwork, and everything. I've talked about San Antonio Shoe Company so many times on the channel. You can see some of the prices that these were originally $114, $118. Looks like $150 down there. Here's another pair. I ended up getting 10 pairs. That pair didn't have the box. I'm pretty sure these are new. They got like paper in them and stuff. There's a little bit of dust on the bottom, but I don't know if that's from just sitting on the shelf at the church or what. But I left probably about 5 pairs that were kind of dirty and just focused on getting the better pairs. I didn't want to take every single pair. Leave something for somebody else. But 10 pairs for $20. The least I'll make on any pair is $30. The most, I didn't look up every pair. Just from experience, I know, where is it? One of these pairs I should be able to sell for about $60 pre-owned. If I determine they're actually new, some of these, I'm going to sell them for probably $80 or more. At absolute minimum, there's $300 profit there, we'll say. It may go to $450, depending on the styles that I'm selling. Right here, we have an American Girl doll. I found this in a tote of toys that were 50 cents a piece, so figured I'd go ahead and buy it at 50 cents. It's a newer one, I think like 2013, maybe 2017, something like that. You can see someone's cut her hair short. I don't know. I think there's at least $10 profit in it for only paying 50 cents. Did all of you catch the video where I paid a quarter for a bunch of American Girl doll stuff before Mattel bought them out? A bed, a case, $2, a bunch of clothing, all a quarter, close to $1,000 worth of American Girl doll stuff. So paying 50 cents is actually not a great deal if you compare it to that for this doll. Here's a TI-84 Plus Silver Edition calculator for $10. Should be able to sell that for $40 or $50 if it's working okay. It's supposed to work. As always with these calculators, if you price them right, they sell within about 5 or 10 minutes of listing them. I just got back from going to garage sales. This is from yesterday, actually, and I got so much stuff. So I'm going to be recording another haul right after this one, and I got like 6 gloves today. I don't even remember this one at this point. I think this is a pretty good one. It's like a $50 glove, I believe, at least. So I'm trying to remember how much I paid for this. Maybe I had it in my footage where I paid $5 for it. I remember it now. Yeah, I found it in a bag of other baseball gear at a garage sale. It was all $20 for everything, and I just pulled the glove out and said, can I have it for $5? Yeah, pretty sure this was like a $70 glove. At that same sale, I got these mini football helmets. These is like a 32 pack of, I believe, Riddell from 2013. I looked them up and they were selling for about $75 new, and I believe these are new. Maybe the pack's been opened. Yeah, I'm assuming, I guess the pack opens, so it's probably not sealed. So it'd probably have to be sold pre-owned, so maybe around $50, $75, something like that. So anyway, I paid $3 for it, so it's going to be some great profit in those mini helmets. Before I forget, back over here, just got a couple board games. Cranium Caribou. I've showed this on the channel many times. It's a bolo. If it's complete, should be able to sell that for about $100. I sell it on Amazon for $100, $120 on eBay. You get at least $75. I got a bunch of parts for this, so if it is missing pieces, I should be able to complete it. I heard some balls bouncing around in there. That's what you want the most because they get lost. So should be able to complete that. And then we got this Oodles game. I just picked it up because it was vintage, sealed, and it was only 50 cents. It's not great. I think I'll make $10 on it at some point, but a little disappointed in that one, but still, when you only pay 50 cents for a sealed game, still be some good profit in the games. I've been seeing a lot of tech deck stuff, and it's always priced kind of high, and I leave it. This was actually priced pretty good. $3 and quite a few boards. Now, some of these boards can be rare, and I've sold them for, I think about $50 is probably the best pre-owned board I ever sold, but most of them aren't worth that much. Still, with the ramps and stuff here, it should be at minimum $20 profit. I'm going to do research on the boards. It happens to be a better one. It'll be more money, but absolute minimum, I'll make $20 on that pretty easily. Here is a Bratz doll. This is a Bratz Mini. It's 50 cents, so I just grabbed it at the church sale. It's got all the accessories and clothing in there. It looked like it was selling for like 25 bucks, so should be a good flip for only paying 50 cents. Here's a Harley Davidson rolling cooler bag in good condition. It was $5. I figured it had to be worth $5, right? I'm glad I ended up buying it because they are selling for about $35, $40 pre-owned on eBay. Pretty easy to ship these things and list them and everything, especially when they're clean. Here's something I see all the time. These are the Crosley vintage looking record players. And I guess CD player as well, it looks like. I see them all the time at garage sales, even Goodwill, and they're priced high, usually like $50 or more. This one was $10. It is in perfect condition. It's supposed to work. It has the paperwork, cables, and everything. So at $10, I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and buy one. They do sell on eBay like $60 to $80. So I'll probably price it like $50 plus shipping just to move it. A little bit of a hassle for as little profit as it is, but it was the right price. Here's a couple of PlayStation 3 games. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which is about a $25, $30 game, and Sengoku Samurai Hero game, which was worth like $15, but they were $1 a piece, so worth picking up and selling. Here's a Nintendo Mini. I got this at a sale. On the same sale, I got these two games, and as I was leaving, I said, "You don't have any older video game systems, do you?" And the girl working there was quite young, and she told me, "Yeah, we have an old Nintendo up on that top shelf." And I looked back and I went, "Whoa, I didn't see any Nintendo up there." And she said, "Yeah, it's one of the small ones that play the old games." And I thought, "Oh, it's one of the minis." And I looked at it and I thought, oh, this is just one of those off-brand ones that I keep seeing and finding. But I flipped it over and it's branded Nintendo. It's an actual mini classic. It's $10. Should be able to sell it for about $70. I think they're going for it right now, pre-owned. So not bad at all. I got this Instax Mini 8 camera. I see these a lot as well, and they're priced kind of high. This one I think was $1, maybe $2. It was very clean. So I decided I'd go ahead and pick it up because they do sell for like $20 to $30 in good working condition. This one's supposed to work. Okay, so I saw a couple of these Magnolite roasters out in the wild, and one was $50 and this one was $4. So I ended up buying the one for $4. Left the one for $50. Talked about these on the channel. The larger and older they are, in better condition, more money you're gonna get. They're Wagnerware, Magnolite. You can see the bottom is very clean. It's got the old Sydney Zero. And that particular model was selling quite well. About $150 it was looking like. So only paid $4 for it. Last one I sold, it sold very quickly. And usually these sell very quickly if you price them right. So wow, what a great pickup for $4. Then we have another good pickup here, I think. Is this oil lamp? It's got the ruby red base, which is kind of popular. It was $7.50. I went ahead and bought it. It is missing the glass cylinder that should go in there. That's that hurricane lamp style. I saw this exact one. It sold for $100 free shipping on eBay. Then you see some similar ones, selling anywhere from $50 to $250. So I think I'm going to try to price this about $75 plus shipping to see if it sells. I just know the oil lamps with the red ruby bases, I just remember them being pretty good. So I got this thing in the way. Let me get down there, get a better view. It's even got some oil in it, so I'll have to get that out. And then we got this PlayStation VR. I just went ahead and grabbed this. It was $35. It's got the headset, and it's got all the connections, the controller, the camera. I should just sell all this for like 120, something like that. It's not the PlayStation VR 2, which is the newer one, but still for $35, even if you use to part it out, you're going to make profit. Well, I don't know what these motion controllers sell for now. They used to sell for about $50, $60 for me. But I think I sold them on Amazon. It's been so long since I found any. But it's in good condition. It's supposed to work, so should be some good profit in it. But there it is, everybody. That's my haul for today. Some good pickups, especially with the San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. I wish I would not have left those $200 TV trays for $2. I think that's the first time I've ever left something like that. But if you enjoy this type of video, please hit that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Until next time.